Hello, my name is Jacob Tran, and today on the lab, I'm going to be showing how to design flash games for infants and toddlers.
Hey, ho, ho, how are you today? It's time for the Lab with Leo. I'm Leo. This is my lab, and this is the show where we help you understand how technology works in all its myriad guises. Computers, the internet, cell phones, camcorders, MP3 players, home theater, all of that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Kate Abraham, who's here with some great callers for us today.
Fantastic. Was not as young as little Aubrey.
I hear Aubrey in the background.
Tiny?
She's going to be here in just a little bit with Jacob talking about Flash for kids.
She's been bashing away on the keyboard. Have you seen her?
Yes,
so
really cute. Oh, it's so cute. She's just adorable. 5-month-old.
I know.
She's your little baby.
She's tiny.
So Jacob brought his daughter here, which is, I think, very nice. Also, Victoria Rivet is going to talk about, this is kind of the new trend, you know, not journalists doing journalism, but citizens doing journalism. She's got a site called nowpublic.com that's designed all around, you know, us creating our own news, and I think that's just fascinating. You've got some Firefox stuff for us, I guess. And Gibby's here, Steve Gibson. He's going to talk about something that's very controversial right now, and yet could be very good. The Trusted Platform Module. It's hardware built into our Macs and PCs that gives you built-in encryption, built-in security, but also for some seems to be a threat to our privacy. We'll find out about that. That's all coming up. Boy, it's got a big show for you today. Jam-packed. Let's get our first caller on the air here.
Fantastic. We have Ashley from Dramana in Victoria.
Ashley. Hello, Ashley. How are you?
Hello, Leo. How are you?
I'm great. Good to talk to you. What a great picture we're getting from down under. It's amazing.
Are we early in the morning here?
How early?
Oh, no, not too bad. 7:30.
Oh, all right. Sometimes we talk to people in Australia, it's 3 in the morning. And I always feel bad about that. What can I do for you today, Ashley?
My question is, why do webcams run so slowly? Why don't they run at full frame rate?
What's wrong with webcams? Now, this looks pretty good. Move around a little bit. Let me just see. Yeah, see how blurry it gets there? Now, the reason, there's a couple things going on. A webcam, first of all, and you know, there's some pretty good webcams out there. My favorite right now is from Logitech. It's the P9000 webcam. I mean, they make some very nice webcams, but let me tell you one thing right off the top with most of these webcams is they're USB. What that means is they are transmitting, even USB 2, they're transmitting at a slow enough rate that the camera itself is doing a lot of compression. So that's slowing things down, number one. Also, well, let's face it, they're $100, $200, right? They're not hugely expensive. They're not going to have the best optics, the best quality. They're not going to be able to capture frame rates as well as you would expect with a higher quality camera. And a lot of that, this is the one I use right now, the QuickCam Pro 9000. But a lot of that really is because video is just heavyweight. If you think about it, sending a good quality video signal takes a lot of bandwidth, and that's the one thing that you know, a webcam is constrained on. If you got a camcorder with a FireWire connection and connected that up, you'd in fact see a much better quality video. What kind of frame rates are you getting right now, Ashley?
Oh, look, I haven't even looked.
But I mean, this looks pretty good. But this is at least 15 frames a second. But when you're talking about this is Skype, there's a whole other factor. It's got to be in real time, compressed by the computer, sent out over the internet. They don't want to send out super high quality video. They couldn't get it across the internet in real time. Remember, for us to have a conversation, this has to be almost instantaneous, right? This compression and sending of the video. So, you know, that's another thing is if you're not merely talking about, you know, sending it directly to your computer locally, but if you're sending it over the internet as well, that's a whole other matter. So what are you using, and are you talking about Skype frame rates, or are you talking about local on your computer frame rates? What are you talking about?
Well, just watching your show. You can see some cameras are a lot slower than others, but
right.
None of them are full frame rates, and I just find it very frustrating.
Right.
And
right.
you made a comment a few shows ago about going to a World Fair or something and seeing
video phones, yeah,
How
1965.
far away are real video phones?
Yeah, well, this is pretty good if you think about it. I mean, here we are, you're tens of thousands of miles away. We're using the public internet, which is not known for its quality of service is the technical term they use. It's not known for transmitting packets in real time, and yet this is working quite well. Actually, if you ask me, Skype's quite a miracle. We've got a full frame picture of you. It's never going to be as good as a well, I shouldn't say that, but it's not going to be with our current internet infrastructure as good as a television. But this is pretty darn. This is better than the camera phone I saw in 1965. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, okay.
And the other thing is, those were analog. They weren't sending bits. I mean, there's a whole bunch of differences. This is I'll tell you, in the chain, the things that slow it down are: the camera itself has to compress it to send it down USB. USB itself may be a slowdown. The computer then has to compress it to send it over the internet. That slows it down. The internet itself isn't capable of infinite bandwidth or infinite speed, so it has to compress considerably. It has to do some redundancy. It slows it down. So by the time you get all these different things happening, I think it's pretty amazing that I could see you nod your head in real time from Australia. I think that's pretty good. I don't think we should be complaining, actually. I think it's surprisingly good. But the real issue is the video is so big. You know, you could make complaints. Look, the color is a little washed out, and I mean, there's a little jaggedy stuff. But I can see you blink, for crying out loud, from Australia in pretty much real time. I think that's pretty good. You notice that one of the things we do is we make you use a regular analog phone, right?
Yep.
And the reason is we want to reserve, see how he nods, isn't that great? We want to reserve the bandwidth for the video and not spend any bits at all on audio. That way we also get better lip sync. Lip sync is also an issue for us because...
Yes, I've noticed lip sync gets out too on TV sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a lot of it. But look at this, come on. What kind of internet connection do you have, Ashley?
1500, 1.5, like a T1 sort of thing.
No wonder. All right, you got pretty good connection. Although you said 145 upstream?
No, 500 up,
500
down.
That's the key I found with Skype. You get about, as soon as you get over 300 kilobits up, 500 is nice. You really get a much better, much more reliable signal. It's the upstream bandwidth has a lot to do with it. So you can see there are a lot of factors that make it slow down. But this is, I'm still, maybe it's because I'm an old guy. I'm still pretty amazed. And this looks better than 1965, I have to say that. Hey, Ashley, I thank you so much for the call. It's great to talk to you.
Thanks, Leo.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
It's just amazing. I mean, really, we get so inured, we get so used to this stuff. We're talking to Australia here, for crying out loud, and it looks great. All right, coming up in just a bit, Jacob Tran and his little baby Aubrey. We're going to talk about some very cool applications for infants and toddlers using Flash, believe it or not. You stay right here. The Lab with Leo continues right after these words. In full quality, full motion video, I promise. Welcome back to the Lab. Leo Laporte here. Jacob Tran is back. He's our Flash expert, teaches Flash at VFS, the Vancouver Film School, and can be found online at jacobtran.com. And he's shown us in the past all sorts of cool ways. He's even brought students in to do Flash. We had a call a couple of shows ago, and actually I thought, boy, it'd be great to ask Jacob this. From a guy who didn't have a lot of money to spend, but he wanted to learn Flash. What do you recommend? I told him about Flex, but I think that's the wrong answer.
Right. Well, Flex is more for developers, software developers.
Not graphic artists.
Right. So it might be a little too much of a jump for somebody who's just trying to start from ground zero. So what I recommend is using a really old version of Flash. There's version Flash MX 2004.
Right.
And there's also Flash 8, which Adobe offers at discounted prices.
So they're less expensive if you get the old ones.
Right.
And the difference isn't that great?
No, it's not that great. I mean...
it's enough to learn.
It's enough to learn, definitely.
It's how you learned,
yeah, there
right?
You go, yeah.
Right.
And the techniques are the same.
Right.
The scripting language changes in CS3, but that's probably the biggest change.
Right. So we're going to talk a little bit about babies. You have a natural interest in babies because you have this cute little Aubrey.
Right.
But we should mention this is Jacob's wife also.
Yes, Julia, and this is my baby Aubrey. And as a new father, I'm always looking for new things for my baby to learn. So development tools and things that are interesting. And being a techie, it sort of comes naturally.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
There is a lot. And one of the first things we brought home was something by Disney. And it's a piece called Baby Einstein.
Now, this is actually hooked up to a TV.
That's right. It's just a DVD, so it's not interactive.
Okay.
And
this is it
playing here.
It's very colorful.
Very colorful, and it's just a bunch of sequences. And there's parts in here that are created in Flash when they go to the vector graphics, but these parts are just video. And it's sort of a controversial field. There was a study done by the University of Washington that stated that it actually was harmful to children.
It's not making them smarter.
Not making them smarter, and Disney immediately refuted that statement and said, it doesn't do that at all.
Well, look, it's entertainment for kids. I don't think there's any question. I mean, look at Aubrey; she's enjoying it. Do you want to have her watch it for hours a day? Probably not. Probably not. Nothing, right? And because she doesn't have to do anything.
Exactly.
She sits there.
For us, we sort of think of it as a balance. We sort of give her some time on her own with it if we're in the car and she's sort of acting up. But ideally, if we're with her, we like to interact with her and get some face-to-face.
I'm sure this is soothing. It's just not
exactly.
There's no question about that. In fact, I'm finding myself rather sleepy.
Yeah,
I could sit and watch this all day.
You definitely don't want to use this as a babysitting tool.
Yeah,
so it's all about using.
So that's Baby Einstein. What else?
That's Baby Einstein, and the second one we're going to show is an interactive one.
Kate's going to change the channel for us here. All right. What channel are we going to? I go through this at home a lot too. So this is like a little game machine that you would bring home and attach to the TV.
So this is a product by Leapfrog. They do a ton of really cool tools that sort of help children's development.
I actually like Leapfrog stuff a lot.
I do as well.
Yeah.
We have quite a few other things at home. And this one is called Click Start.
Okay.
My first computer. And you can see
it's actually a mouse.
It's a mouse and a keyboard. So it's
now Aubrey's way too young for this, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is for the 3 to 6 month range. But it's funny enough, she bangs on the keyboard. And
3 to 6 year, not months.
Oh, sorry.
3 to 6 year olds. Yeah.
And what I found was that when I was holding her and checking my email, she would just go crazy on my laptop.
Well, kids see us playing with the keyboard. They think it's they want to do what Daddy's doing and Mommy's doing. So I understand that.
So to save money,
gives them something. Yes.
Right. To save money on your hardware, I purchased this, and I figured this would be a good tool when she grows up. And if you just get my wife to kind of.
So we're going to get Julia to be the. Oh, look. Now, is this done in Flash, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, so these pieces are done in Flash.
Interesting. That's a good, quick, easy way for a company to develop this kind of content instead of using more elaborate animation tools. Flash is fine for this, huh?
Exactly, right? For the level of detail the children need.
Right.
I think it's fine. So this is a really great one. Another one is by company.
She obviously loves it. She's totally loving it. Look at that. Yeah.
So another one is by a company in Lethbridge, Alberta called Comfy. And
the Comfy keyboard. I've heard of this.
Keyboard.
Yes. They've been around a long time.
Yeah, they have. And what's really cool about it is it doesn't need to hook up to your television. You just need a PC to do this. So it uses a USB slot. And if you install their software, your child can. So this is more.
We're going to trade. Range. Okay. Here. Sorry, Aubrey. No more click and start. No more click start.
Want to bring it?
We'll try Comfy keyboard.
Okay.
All right.
And this one's more for her range, age range. You can see that
because it's like a busy. It reminds me of a busy box, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she loves it. And you can see she's looking right over at the computer because she's done this before, hasn't she?
She's done it before.
Here, let me tilt this so she can look at it.
They introduce colors. And they introduce shapes, letters, and numbers. So it's a really great
when my kids were little, 10 years ago, they had just plain old plastic busy boxes. They didn't hook up to the computer. So that's just what this is. It's a busy box with a computer
with a video
attached to it.
Yeah.
Look, she'll hit it and look at the screen. She knows what's going to.
It's fascinating how quickly they learn. I mean, when we were growing up, I had a computer at age 10. And,
are you comfortable with her? Let me ask, Julia, you're not mic'd, but you as a family, are you comfortable with her doing stuff like this? You think this is going to be part of her life in the future, and this is what she needs
I think it's sort of just to introduce technology to her,
right?
Just to show her that there is that element of it in our world, in our society.
She's obviously a very bright child. She's smiling at me. Yeah.
But I think, like I said, it's all about balancing and not, using it as a babysitting tool, not having her stare at the screen all day. She does go to play groups a lot and interacts with babies face to face.
Kids need physical development too. They need to be out there. They need their senses developed. But it is kind of neat that there's so many other choices now for them.
And that's what's so interesting. It's a growing field. And
how expensive are these things?
So this one here was, I believe, $69.99 Canadian, and that one was about the same price range as well.
Okay, so they have to keep them under $100. Nobody would buy them probably.
Right? So thank you, Aubrey.
Well, I wish we could get Aubrey to talk, but maybe in about 6 or 7 years we can get Aubrey to come back and tell us what she really liked about all of these. This isn't the only thing. There's also online stuff you can do. In fact, this is the success story of the age, right?
Tell me about it. So Club Penguin, it's basically Flash technology, games as well as a social tool. Where
a couple of dads came up with this, right? Yeah, Canadians. I think there are from Ontario, I think.
Canadian.
Yeah.
So Disney, again, wants to move into this market of sort of interactivity. They have their Baby Einstein already, and they wanted to go into a more interactive field, and they purchased them for $700 million US. So there's money to be made in this field. It's definitely growing. Like
Do you tell your students, you want to know why you should learn Flash? 2 guys, 2 dads, Club Penguin, $700 million. I'm sure that's a very big
incentive.
incentive.
It's the easiest thing to do to design for children. It sounds like it would be simplistic, but to keep them captivated, it's quite hard. So some of the design
They did a good job on this.
Right. If you're in the younger age group, it's sort of, just hitting the keyboard.
Right.
And as you get older, it's more memory.
Right.
And things like that.
A lot of primary colors, big shapes, not small shapes. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and the interface has to be very intuitive as well.
Right.
Right. So it's like when they get onto there's not a sharp learning curve for them.
And intuitive for Aubrey is very different from intuitive for us, I think.
Exactly.
Jacob Tran is a game designer. He teaches it at Vancouver Film School. He's also online, jacobtran.com. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Aubrey. Oh, a sweet little baby. It's okay, nap time. You can go back to sleep now, okay? Oh, is she cute? Oh, let's get a good shot of that cute little baby girl. And while we're doing that, we're going to take a close-up shot of something you'd find around the lab. What is that? It's on, I guess. It must be an on-off switch, right? Or is it? Tell you what, we'll zoom out and find out when the lab continues. Stay right here. Welcome back to the lab with Leo. Before the break, we showed you this close-up image of something. I don't know what. I see it on. Is it an on-off switch? No, it's a Cuisinart Brew Central coffee maker. That's what that is. Where'd you find that?
In my lab.
There you go. Sean Carruthers takes those great pictures, and we share them with you every day on the show. Let's get another caller on the air here. Kate Abraham, who do you have?
We have Carlo, and he is from Mississauga in Ontario.
Hello, Carlo.
Hey, Leo, how you doing?
I am great. How are you today?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Good. What can I do for you?
Actually, I'm calling in regards to my video card. Well, I've tried to... The problem I'm having is that there's no actual display on my monitor, right?
That would be a bad thing.
Of course it would. I wouldn't have any picture,
No picture at all, huh?
No picture whatsoever.
Okay.
Before it died on me, though, right, I did a complete reformat, right, did reinstall the drivers, yada, 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 right, plugged it back in, reinstalled it. I got a picture for a bit, right, but then it just keeps dying on me, right? I changed the fan, again, I changed the power supply in case there wasn't enough power.
Wow.
All that wonderful stuff, yeah. And
You're basically doing everything you can to resuscitate this thing.
Well, you know what I mean? It's my job to resuscitate this thing, and I do this for a living.
Oh, well, then you ought to know. So let's get this straight. So what happens? The screen goes blank?
Yeah, I'll turn it on for about maybe like 10 minutes, and then it'll just die on me.
Have you tried it with a different monitor and a different monitor cable?
Yes, sir, I have.
So, because that's the first thing you want to make sure is, for instance, that the monitor is not losing track of the signal and turning itself off, that the cable is good, it's not shorting out or stopping working. So you're sure the monitor is okay, it works fine with other computers.
Yep.
Or does this do this with other monitors?
Yeah, it'll do it with other monitors.
Okay.
Because they even use a multimeter to check all the leads.
Oh, you're very smart. All right.
Honestly.
Well, I mean, it could. You've eliminated. You haven't absolutely eliminated overheating, but it sounds like you've done what you could to eliminate it. You've eliminated a power supply that's underpowered. Right. You've eliminated the monitor and the cable. You rebuilt the machine, so you probably eliminated software or the drivers as a component.
Yep.
I think all that's left is you've got a bad video card.
Damn it! See, that's the reason I'm calling it.
It might have been easier just to put a different video card in there than do all this other stuff.
The thing cost me $800.
Ah! What kind of video card is it?
It was an 8600 when it first came out.
Oh.
One of those.
Yeah, well, that was a top of the line card, and that's $800. So wow.
That's the thing, And I was maybe seeing you had a different solution, so I wouldn't have to replace it.
Well, is it still under warranty?
Not really. No.
I mean, it's a fairly recent card. Have you, when it works, have you done things like try the DirectX diagnostics on it?
Yep. DirectX diagnostics, updated the drivers from the manufacturer of the card, and again from the actual ATI. So
I cannot be honest with you. I can't think of anything else that you've left out. Well, Sean Carruthers, he's got a bit of hardware hacking with video cards. Is there anything that I might have missed here, Sean?
I'm looking for some answers right now. I remember with ATI cards, there used to be a sync issue. There was something in the driver you'd click. If you didn't click it with certain monitors and this particular ATI card, the screen would go blank and drop out for minutes at a time.
Really?
Now, I think it's a vertical sync issue.
Interesting.
If I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've looked at this. But play around with some of the settings inside your driver related to synchronization.
Wouldn't that be weird if there were nothing wrong with any of the hardware? It was just some setting in the card.
Yeah, and this was something that popped up when you had bigger displays. If they were, I think, dual link displays.
Okay.
So if you've tried it with another monitor and it still does this, then I'm not 100% sure.
Maybe even try with a smaller monitor.
Try a smaller, older monitor. See if that fixes the problem.
How big a monitor are you running on this thing?
I'm using a 32-inch Samsung.
See, there you go. It could be one of these multi-sync displays. Could be that's it. 32 inches is a lot.
It's big, so you'll want to make sure you have exactly the right cable you need, because you probably need all the pins in something that big.
Right.
And just make sure that all the sync settings are proper.
When you run it on a smaller, like say a 19-inch display, have you tried that? Does that work all right?
Oh, the smallest I've tried it on would be a 27-inch LCD. I use it for gaming, right? So
yeah, I would take a look at just see if it works all right on a smaller, lower res screen.
All right,
that's what I would do.
All right.
That's a puzzlement. What are you laughing at? It's a little bit of ice. I like to keep cool. I don't want to overheat like this guy's video card. That's a baffler. I don't have any magic fix for you. It sounds like you know better than I what to do, and you've tried everything I could think of. Sorry, guy.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Much appreciated, eh?
What can I say? We tried. You have a great day. That's frustrating. You spend $800 on a video card. You want it to work. He's running it on a 32-inch display. That's like this big.
It's pretty big.
He's a gamer.
That's a big disappointment, too, when that doesn't work.
Oh, it's very frustrating. I have to say, I'm not surprised when you push the edge like that, though. That's when you start to have weird things happen. Let's take a look at one of Sean's shinies. We always have a fun gadget from Sean. He's the Gadget Meister. Well, don't tell me. I'm going to guess what this is. No idea. What is it?
Well,
I can't. It looks like a remote control, but it can't quite.
Well, it is. It is.
Is it?
A while back, we were looking at a bunch of iPod accessories. We do that fairly regularly. But I was thinking, why should iPods have all the fun?
Why should they?
Why can't iTunes get in on this action?
Oh, so this is iTunes remote.
Right. This is the TuneView USB from Keyspan.
Okay, so it uses a little infrared. That's infrared, right?
I believe it may actually be radio.
Okay, so that's good. You can go around the corner.
And
this connects via USB
to your computer. You put a driver on, and then you can use this to hook up to your iTunes library. So right now it's dark. It's saving some batteries. But if you hit the menu button in the lower left there.
Oh, look.
And now what you have coming out here.
So this almost looks like an iPod in terms of the interface and what it's got on it.
Right, so you have control now over your settings on your iTunes. We're in the playlist section right now, but if you back up right here using the menu
Go ahead,
button,
I'll let you do it, because I don't know.
So we can see now the playlist. You've got your music.
It's even got the
video,
same font as an iPod. That's so funny.
So it'll control your settings on the iTunes. It won't actually play video on this little screen. We're going to go into playlists and just press play on this, and it should fire up my iTunes, which has a version of the theme.
It's amazing. Sean's iTunes. The only thing on his iTunes is the lab theme, over and over and over. You don't really need this.
No. But anyways, you can use this from across the room. You don't have to actually be right in front of your computer to control this.
Wow, that's kind of neat. Now, it's a little big and heavy. How much is that?
It's about $150. It's not cheap, but it does the job, and it does it fairly well.
If you have a cell phone that supports a program called Sailing Clicker, you can actually do this in software. So it's $150, works well with iTunes, navigation's easy.
Yeah, it looks just like iTunes.
What are the negatives?
You can't use shared libraries.
Okay.
So if you have a network library, it doesn't work that. And the receiver module here, it's a bit flimsy feeling.
Kind of cheesy, but you're gonna hide that somewhere anyway.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, Keyspan. They make a lot of remotes, actually. I've used them for PowerPoint presentations, the little clickers.
Yep, a lot of good stuff.
More information on all of Shine's Shinies available on our website, labwithleo.com. Now it's a chance, in just a bit, to talk about citizen journalism.
Excellent.
Victoria Reve is here. She's the content manager with nowpublic.com. We'll talk about it in just a bit. But first, our quick quiz question of the day. Are you ready? Here it is. What's the official name of GPS? Sometimes they call it sat-nav. Is it Navstar GPS, US DoD GPS, US GPS Net, the Where the Heck Am I system? Think about that. We'll talk about it a little later on when the Lab with Leo continues. I slid out of frame here. Hey, welcome back to the Lab with Leo. I'm Leo Laporte. Victoria Rivet is here. She's a, what did you call it, a wrangler with nowpublic.com?
News wrangler.
News wrangler.
Well, I'm a little bit, have a more heightened status, I guess.
You're more than a wrangler. You're
yes.
a content manager.
I am.
So tell us about Now Public. What is the idea behind it?
Well, we're pretty much building the largest news agency in the world, and I know that this sounds crazy.
That's ambitious. Bigger than Reuters? Bigger than AP?
Yeah, I mean, we actually are partners with Associated Press, and we distribute a lot of our content to them. But yeah, I mean, we just believe that there are more general people and citizens with cameras and the technology, cell phones, laptops, cameras that can report the news to us, so they
you
can
have more reporters in the field than any news organization possibly could have, because everybody's a reporter for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How interesting.
Currently it's about 100,000, over 100,000 members in 140 countries.
That's neat.
Yeah.
And what does it take? So I'm a member, let's say I join up. How do I report the news here? I mean, what exactly does it take to create some content?
I think our appeal is that anybody can join, and it's literally just putting a username and a password in and verifying that you actually want to join. And then you can start writing your news or uploading your photos and videos.
Do you find people write stories from scratch, or they pull in other sources and do it that way?
We have actually a fair good amount of people that do original news stories, so they'll see something and they'll write about it.
I was there, bank got robbed, I was there, here's my video.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then also we have this tool called Highlight. It's a Firefox extension that you can kind of get little snippets of information. So if you see something really great on a website and you want to share it with people, you would just kind of highlight it, take a snippet of it, and post it that
Give
way.
us a little tour. Show us around. We're looking at the site right now.
What would you like to see?
First of all, congratulations. Top 50 websites of 2007.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Time Magazine.
Is there voting on, is this dig style voting too, where the top stories surface based on votes, or how do these stories get on the top of this?
I mean, there are elements of that. I think it's depends on views, obviously. We have guest editors and news wranglers I was telling you about earlier. They're sort of special contributors to the site. So they're either people that we have been sort of corresponding with over the last few months that contribute a lot of really
So they'll
good stories
decide
and
what's on top.
Yeah, and they get a different sort of voting system. So they'll flag something good stuff or not good stuff, and it'll move up that way.
Well, post a story for me, or show me at least the process. I know you don't have, the story is not much of a story. Well, I was at the lab and I did a segment.
Sure. I mean, I could find
Show us what it would look like here.
Should I highlight a story?
Yeah, we just want to see what it looks like.
Okay, where should I go? Should I go to...
What's your site? I don't know.
Well, okay. I could go
pick somewhere. Anyway, what subject matter do you have? You've got news, politics, technology?
Yeah, let me go to like an entertainment.
Okay.
Something that maybe I would highlight. So let's go to TMZ.com. And
okay, so you're going to another site, TMZ's site, and saying, here's a story I'm interested in.
Sure, if I'm interested, let's just say I'm interested in an entertainment story and I want to share it with the world that, I don't know, let's see, that Halle Berry is pregnant.
A baby. Okay, big story.
Okay.
Right. All right.
So instead of, saying, hey guys, go to this, email my friend saying.
Putting in a link, right.
Yeah, putting in a link. I can just maybe highlight that title, go to the tool. It's called the Highlight tool.
Firefox extension you're talking about.
And I would probably say about 60 to 65% of our stories are probably highlighted like this. And this is like our little editing tool, so it automatically tags everything.
Oh, this is slick.
My blog is already in here, one of my blogs, so this will automatically post to my blog if I wanted to.
So also contributors have their own page on Now Public?
Absolutely.
So it's kind of like, these are the stories I'm interested in, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
And the people are interested in what Victoria is interested in, they'll follow you.
Yeah. And so here it is, and if I want, I could just, write something really
you've got
clever.
tagging.
Yeah. Halle is cute. I don't know.
Obviously, you would write a longer story than
Yeah,
this,
or
but
Hallie,
this is,
I didn't even spell her name.
this is just
right.
a
And so there's
example.
automatic tagging. You select your channel. You can edit your headline. It actually grabs a little quote that is going to source where
Okay,
it
you
came
don't have to
from.
submit this. I don't want to ruin your blog. Can we go
Okay.
see your particular blog? I don't want everybody who goes to see Victoria's blog is going to say,
Anyway, so that's how you would
Hallie's
do it.
cute. What is that? What is that?
And then you can also write your story here. So you could just write a story by, without highlighting, something that I just saw right now. I'm on, Leo Laporte. So.
And this would be through the website instead of using the Firefox.
Yeah, so, and then I can just publish this, and this will be a story. I just have to give it a channel and
Got it.
publish it.
Very cool.
And it also goes to my blog. That's the way I have it set up. And it's actually a great tool as well. If you have 8 different blogs, you can
Right.
actually manage them easier
Right.
this way as well. So.
Now, your hope for the site is that down the road people might go here instead of a newspaper. Where does something like this go?
Well, I mean, I think we know that people want to share things exciting things they see. So they definitely come to our site now. We're hoping, obviously, that everybody in the world will think of us first when they witness something amazing. And instead of, calling their local news station or not knowing what to do with the information, that
Right.
they can come here and we can.
That's what's changing. We all
Yeah.
have production tools. You got a laptop, you've got a cell phone, you've got a production tool
Absolutely.
in your hand all
Yeah.
the time. Victoria Reve is content manager at nowpublic.com. You can find out more about her there or on our website, labwithleo.com. Very cool. I think it's exciting what's happening in the world of user-generated content. It's pretty amazing. Thank you, Victoria.
Thanks.
More of your calls coming up in just a bit. The Lab with Leo continues right after this.
Welcome back to the Lab with Leo. I'm Kate Abraham, and now it's time for our Firefox add-on of the day. And this one is super easy, super simple, but incredibly beautiful. This is the Fox Saver screensaver, which basically transforms your Firefox browser into effectively a desktop. And as you can see, the screensaver is just a collection of gorgeous pictures that are basically updated daily. So that means that you don't have to worry about updating your own pictures. You can include your own if you want to, but I thought it's kind of therapeutic.
I like it because I don't like using a screensaver because, well, frankly, my screen turns off before the screensaver ever triggers. So this is nice. This can be running all the time.
Yeah.
And can it run in the background? I mean, if you have some other...
This is the thing. The cool thing is that when you move your mouse, it doesn't kill it.
Yeah.
So what you can do is then basically just close it and you go straight back to where you were working.
Cool. I love it.
So for more, go to addons.mozilla.org. And our next caller is a Skype caller, so I'm going to do a quick adjustment.
Okay, make an adjustment.
And we have John from London in Ontario.
I'll just stall while you fix him up and
buy
get
me
John
time.
going. Hello, John. How are you today?
Good. How are you, Leo?
I'm wonderful. Welcome to the show. What can I do for you?
Well, I recently got a Mac, and I'm just wondering if I can take my Windows iPod and get it so I can put all the music and videos on my Mac from there.
Yeah, of course you can. It'll erase everything that was on the Windows iPod.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that.
No, I don't.
Okay. So the way to do that, what you figured out now is that you can only have one iTunes per iPod, right?
Yep.
So if you switch to another computer, it doesn't matter that it's Windows Mac, it happens with Windows. If you switch to another computer and say, no, I want the stuff on this computer on the iPod, it will erase everything on the iPod before it syncs them up. And this is really kind of a stupid, primitive anti-piracy technique. The idea being, if you could just carry your iPod around and say, hey, buddy, here's all, to your friend, hey, you want some tunes? Here's 60 gigabytes worth of songs. It'd be like the ultimate piracy tool, right? They don't want you to do that. However, there's nothing stopping you from doing this. You just need to get some software, that's all. iTunes won't do it, but it's fairly easy to do. You could even do it by hand if you wanted to navigate the directory structure, but you don't have to do that. You're on Mac now, right?
Yep.
So I recommend a program from the Little App Factory. It's not free, but I really like it a lot, called iPod Rip. And what it does is it copies everything off your iPod onto your iTunes library, including your playlists. And that's kind of key. The kind of key. You know where this is really comes in handy? If your hard drive on your PC crashes and all your music that exists only in one place on your iPod, what are you going to do? iPod Rip. It'll actually take everything off the iPod and put it into iTunes. Now you can try it for free. I can't remember for how long, for a day or two, or it's probably a week or a month. That's enough to get everything moved over. But if you want to keep using it, it's $15. Now there's another program that is free called Snooty, which is, by the way, iTunes backwards. The thing I don't like about Snooty is it doesn't copy your playlists. It only copies your songs. The thing I like about it is it's free. So and this is just two of probably 100 programs that'll do this, because it's not that hard, frankly. It just means copying your files off the iPod onto your hard drive. But my favorite is iPod Rip, because it does such a good job. Now you don't have to. Your Mac will read the Windows formatted iPod just fine, but if you want to, once you've got everything copied off the iPod, you can actually restore it, and that'll reformat it to Mac format. Yeah, it might make it a little bit more, a little speedier on the Macintosh. That's about the only difference. Okay, so iPod Rip from thelittleappfactory.com.
Got it.
It's a great program. I use it all the time, just because your iPod often is the only backup you've got for all your music, and you should be able to move around if you want. And frankly, I like to have all of my music on all of my machines. I don't think that's too much to ask. I've bought it. I could put it on a couple of different machines. I'm not giving it away or anything. All right.
All right.
Hey, thank you very much for the call. Appreciate it, Carlo.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day. Now it's time for a free file of the day. This is really the second one, because I just told them about Snooty, right?
You taking my job over? Or
Did
what?
you do Snooty?
Am I on the out or something?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No one could do Jules. Because no one's name rhymes with Jules.
That's exactly.
So, Ryan, what do you got today?
It's for Windows. It is automatic wallpaper changer. The name kind of sums up what
That's pretty
it is.
much it, huh?
I've kind of the cat's out of the bag. There are some. Sorry.
You got to press a button there. All right.
There are some features here that are pretty advanced, like image processing and how to stretch things.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, you just choose a directory, and then it takes all those pictures in the directory, and you just hit start, and it'll go through, and it'll start changing your wallpaper.
That's a good shot.
So
I used to use WebShots, but it's not free. And it would download all these great WebShot desktops and so forth, and it would do the same thing. I got my pillow. This is what is it again?
It's
wallpaper changer.
automatic wallpaper changer.
And it's doing it right now.
It's all free. You go to labwithleo.com. You can check it out.
I wouldn't recommend changing it this fast, though, because that really ties up your machine.
Yeah, no, this was to demonstrate
That's good,
the power of it.
My daughter has it that way. In fact, she has to dissolve between each picture. And so I said, honey, your computer's pretty busy changing your desktop every 3 seconds. Yeah. I don't care. I like how it looks. You can do it with this if you want. Ryan's got the jewels, man, and you can find them all where?
Labwithleo.com.
That would be the website.
That is the website.
And there's 96 other jewels there, including automatic wallpaper changer. Coming up, Steve Gibson, my favorite guy. My favorite security guy. You're my favorite guy.
Oh, okay. Wow, thank you.
Especially with that beard. Steve's going to talk about Trusted Platform Module. It's a little controversial. But first, it's getting hot here. First, it's time for our quick quiz question of the day. What's the official name of the Global Positioning System? Is it Navstar, GPS, USDOD, GPS, US, GPS, GPS.net? Or where the heck am I system? Go to the website, give us the answer. We'll talk about it when the Lab with Leo continues. Welcome back to the lab. Before the break, we asked you the name of the official Global Positioning System program. I'm thinking of it, well, I was going to say USDOD, Navstar. Really? That's what it's called.
I was going to say USDOD too.
Yeah, because it was developed by the Department of Defense.
That would have been my guess, yep. And of course, they have more accuracy than the civilians do. They can, like, within, what is it, a meter or something?
Well, I think they defuzzed it in the last couple of years. It was made inaccurate. Yeah. They call it sat-nav in other parts of the world.
Sat-nav, yeah.
Not GPS. That's what we call here in North America. Welcome back to the lab. That, you know who that is. That's Steve Gibson, my security guru. He is the king of security trivia. He is also the president and founder of Gibson Research Corporation, the home of SpinRite.
Security trivia?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, some of it's important. Some of it's minutia.
That's true.
Minutia might be a better word than trivia.
Well, we're ahead of the curve.
We know what's going to happen tomorrow because we are ahead of the curve today.
Yes.
So let's talk. In fact, one of the things that's happening, in fact, I know your ThinkPad over there has this, and many new PCs do. I believe even Macs have it. It's called TPM, the Trusted Platform Module. This is hardware.
It's hardware, and it is ahead of the curve also.
Most of the time, it's not being used right now.
Right. Because it's been controversial, it is often defaulted to disabled. So it's a feature that people will have in their systems with pretty much anything new that you buy has this, because it's aimed at the future.
What is it?
What it is essentially, it is a separate cryptographic processor. So it's a microprocessor that has non-volatile memory, so it's able to store things like passwords and security information. It is able to do public key encryption, which is one of the strongest and most useful forms of encryption. And what's cool
Why
is
have a separate processor to do that instead of just doing the CPU?
Well, because if you do it in the CPU, then the stuff, the information has to be stored somewhere else, like on your hard drive.
Where there's more public.
Right. Now, what's so cool about this is that as we move forward in the future, trust, that is this whole notion of trust. Who can you trust? What can you trust? Can you trust that the settings of your laptop haven't been changed from the way the IT department set it up to bolt it down?
Right.
Can you trust that? Can you trust that there's no foreign device drivers that like rootkit things that have installed themselves? What this does is this establishes a starting point for trust, where you can absolutely trust it because it cannot be subverted. It's been designed, for example, there's no way for you to ever get its private key out of it. It won't, there's no instructions that allow you to pull them out. You can put data in and use the private key to encrypt and decrypt, but you can't get the key itself. It won't let it go. So the idea is that once you have something you can absolutely trust, then you're able to, for example, check the BIOS and then trust it. Check the OS as it begins to boot and trust it in stages.
You do these checks, sign it with a key, and nobody can modify it without breaking the key.
Without you knowing that it is no longer trustworthy. And the point is that, you know, we're using our computers for more e-commerce, for more important things all the time.
It's good for trusting other people too. If you have TPM on your system, I can query you, and it'll say this is who he says he is.
Or this is the machine.
The machine, because it's machine specific, not person specific.
So you're exactly right. It's also like an additional level of authentication. We've talked about multiple factors in authentication. This is able to say, I am absolutely this one machine. So, for example, a corporation could require it in order to allow you to get access into the corporate network over a VPN.
It really solves a lot of problems. Now, I can see where it would raise concerns. There's a couple. First of all, we're sure that it's not crackable, that it can't, because if you're relying on it.
The instructions don't allow you to crack it. I mean, this was recently designed by really good people, essentially to solve tomorrow's problem. You might say, hey, I have it disabled now, but I'm glad it's there, because what may happen is in the future, when it's important to be, for your machine, for you, for the things you do, to be more trustworthy in a way that cannot be hacked. This TPM, the Trusted Platform Module, that's where that's going to come from.
The other complaint some people have is there's certain privacy issues. You, in a sense, are broadcasting your identity out to the internet. That's why people didn't like the IDs in Intel processors in Pentium 3 and earlier.
Right.
But also, and this is one that Cory Doctorow raises, there's the privacy concern that big companies could use the TPM to do things like prevent you from, reading Microsoft Word documents without a copy of Word, let's say, or it would inherently enable copy protection to be unbreakable, things like that.
My reaction is, okay, every hard drive ever made has a serial number in it. So we already have the ability to get a serial number, to lock things down, to like do DRM if that's what the software guys want to do.
This song will only play on that hard drive, for instance.
Yeah, I mean, so all of that's already there. You're able to install software that won't run if you move it to a different machine and so forth. And there's those GUIDs, those globally unique IDs. There's a unique one for every version of Windows, every installation. So those things already exist. And it's sort of like blaming the internet for viruses. Well, okay, but look at all the good things the internet does too. Yeah, you're able to abuse it. So
how do you think TPM will be used?
I think ultimately things that people want to do will require TPM in order to be trustworthy enough.
So for me to buy a book on Amazon.com, for instance, I might have to validate my identity using TPM.
Okay, perhaps, but for I'm thinking, for example, for you to access your corporate network remotely.
There's a very good use
You
for it.
absolutely want to make sure that
me on
in
that.
addition to password, username, log on, that it's one of the corporate laptops, and that would allow it to absolutely prove that this is a laptop that belongs to the company. It's that sort of thing.
So these are in all computers now, but they're generally not turned on. Is there a way to turn it on? Is there a TPM switch in the control panel?
Well, it's in the BIOS. So you go into the BIOS, and sometimes it's called crypto chip, security chip, sometimes trusted platform module. It has different acronyms, sort of more friendly names. But there's like enable, disable, and then there are often like sub features where you're able to enable and disable different functions of it. Again, because it's been designed not to make people uncomfortable, to give people control over it. And the other thing that happens is in the BIOS you're able to say initialize the data. It has a true random number generator, not a pseudo random number generator, but it's using electron migration noise in order to generate real random numbers, completely random, that there's no way for anyone to know what the number is going to be. So you're able to say generate a bunch of keys for me that I'll be able to use in different trusted operations. And it just does it and says, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
And so it sort of initializes it, and you're able to wipe it out and redo that anytime you want.
So if I sell you my hard drive, you can start all over.
So it really is, I mean, they've given the user control so that people won't feel that this is Big Brother somehow. But ultimately, we're going to need trust, and TPM is where it's going to come from.
It's built into your computer. You probably have it now. You just don't even know it. You might check in your BIOS to see. And I'm sure we will see in the next few years applications that'll say, okay, you need to go into BIOS and enable this.
I've got mine turned on.
You do?
Because when I swipe my fingerprint,
it uses that?
The code to unlock my hard drive comes from there. No one can get that.
GRC.com, that's the place to go for SpinRite, the ultimate disk recovery and maintenance utility. That's Steve's great program, but also so many great free security programs. And don't forget our security podcast, Security Now, which comes out every Thursday on the twit.tv network.
Trivia.
And all that security trivia. I like it. That's not a knock. But minutia might be a better word. All right, a final word coming up right after this. Thanks, Steve. We'll be right back. Countdown mode. This is episode 97. 3 more episodes to episode 100. We're going to have a big party. We're glad you were here. If you want to be on the show, go to the website.
Yep, lableo.com/tech questions.
Say hi to Kate. She'll get you on the show. Invite you to tell all your friends. Let them know we're here because we talk about tech every day on this fine channel. We'll see you next time. Oh, I got 15 seconds?
Dance.
It's time for tea. We'll see you next time on The Lab with Leo. Bye-bye. They always applaud for that. I don't know why. See you later.
There you go.